Welcome back, audience. So today's topic is going to be about what happens when things don't go your way right out of the gate. I'm talking wrong runes and wrong masteries. In this game, I'm playing Shaco, but I've noticed that red buff goes down really fast. That's odd. I look at my stats, and yep, AP runes, AP masteries. This is going to be hard. But I don't let it affect my game plan. I still go for the early gank, because at the very least, I'm going to put a lot of pressure on this Mord. I can't affect all the lanes like I normally would, but I can sure pick one and make it a nightmare. I decide to focus mid for 3 reasons. 1. I got Mord's flash in the very first gank. 2. Mord's always going to be pushing. He literally can't help it. And 3. Ziggs is an OP piece of shit. If I can get him ahead, he'll 1v5 late game, no problem. Using an old Season 2 pattern of red buff gank, blue buff gank, wraiths gank, we get the first blood. It's a good fallback if you're not planning to farm a feral flare for the first 80 minutes of the game. With fresh items and Mord's flash still down, we go for another gank. It's easy, he's always in the middle of the lane. And pushing. Nocturne comes in to counter gank, but Ziggs' position's great to still be able to deal damage while saving me with a heal. I kite, and with a nice easy Q over the wall, I'm safe, Mord's dead again. This time we go up top, and with Nocturne trying to cover lane, I don't think he quite realized it's Irelia Shaco. He's dead if he stays. And oh god does he stay. Take important note of how we switch tower aggro. I get the ignite and my shiv down. I'm AP Shaco, that's all the damage I really have right now. So once it's spent, there's really no point to tank the tower. I do what I can for Irelia, but really she seals the deal in the end. And gets out cleanly. I wish I had something clever here, but I don't. Mord definitely knew we just did dragon. He also knew that we were right there. He just fought us. I don't know why he walked out in the lane. But there's 4 of us and 1 of him, so we wreck his shit. I die in the process, but hey, 2 for 1 for a worthless AP Shaco? Fuck it, I'll take it. So here's the deal. AP Shaco's power spike is definitely late mid-game to true late game. But you'll notice as I come in here, I am doing really good damage with my Shiv. And I can enter fights because my clone scales with AP. If the clone blows up, the damage is sickening. As I enter in the fight, I make sure to focus Mord. I get my backstab damage and I don't really care about dying. I'm not really the one doing the damage right now, but I am the one there focusing while my team eats them alive. Nocturne actually pulls a pretty slick move. He saves Ezreal and almost gets a double kill and gets out alive. Really clever play. Smart. We're all low, so hey, we get the hell out and regroup for another fight. Thanks to how well things have gone, I've hit my mid-game power spike way before anyone else has. I focus the low health Ez, and a Shiv, a lucky tower shot, and ignite is all it takes to kill him, even through repeated heals. When J4 accidentally blows up my clone, well, there goes his health bar. The Nocturne ult tricked me into thinking I needed to turn around and help my team. They had it. I should have just gone ahead and killed Nami. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're good. God, I'm happy I'm both. So right here what happens is, I'm greedy and I stay for wolves. I'm also AP, so it takes me 8 years to finish them. When S sees me run right for the wall, and then Q, he thinks I've gone over. His first skill shot hits, giving him a tick of his passive, and he's sure, yep, Shaco's just over that wall. One wasted ult later, and a bot lane that has an eye for dragon, and hey, we're up. Sadly, we're not up forever, and we're not bulletproof. Mord kites the ever-living hell out of me, and Nocturne saves his ass. Strangely, I was actually doing pretty good in team fights, and apparently without me, my team gets slaughtered. Mord pushes bot and gets a tower, but doesn't back in time. I know I can kill him, but I don't want to fight him straight up. I'm Shaco. We fight on my terms. I make you think you're safe. I make you think you're out. And then you die. When I say you die, on my terms. The playstyle for AP Shaco is still pretty much the playstyle for AD Shaco, except now I have a DFG and I can do all my damage from about 500 range. I die here, but repeated good bombs from Ziggs actually trades Ezreal. I'll take that trade all damn day. A trick that's always useful to use is as your team retreats, sometimes you can find soft targets in the back. DFG into Shiv and a Q, meh, that's a gone ADC. And almost a free hib. This play right here pretty much solidifies Nocturne, Mordekaiser, not on their A game. See, if I queued over that wall like I faked that I had, their tower would have instantly spotted me out. The fact that they even pursued that way at all, well, yeah. Here's a good example of doing your job wrong. See, I'm Shaco. My main goal is to find low health, soft targets, and eliminate them. That doesn't, however, mean that I'm supposed to chase Nocturne halfway across mid lane while my team gets obliterated. Granted, I'm able to come back and pick up a few kills, but if I'd stayed with the team and focused real priority targets from the start, we probably would have won this fight cleanly. Furthermore, if I just DFG'd board right here, I still could have killed Nami too, and this would have been a much better fight in the end for us. This next fight really falls under the category of better to be lucky than good sometimes. I catch Nami, and I go all in on her. She panics and ults. At this point, I drop a box over her ult so that the damage from her ult doesn't kill the box. Even though she chain CCs me and I get low, the box is still there. So when Jarvan comes in and ults, it fears him and Nocturne. This locks them completely out of the fight and saves me. Jarvan actually dies to the box after the Ziggs ult lands. With their tank dead, but many of us low, they think it's safe to push into us. I think they tunnel vision on my clone and myself, because they don't notice Irelia coming in from behind to re-engage, even though they had vision of her. With Ez dropping and Nocturne stuck in the fight, there really wasn't any way for them to win this. It's left up to Mord to try to stop us from Baroning. And even though we're all very low, there's one thing. My DFG does a lot of damage and I synergize well with Ziggs. Mord doesn't stand a chance. And for once, it's nice to do a Baron with a team that understands the concept of tanking. Gah. As this game wraps up, the lesson here is, when something goes wrong, you get wrong runes or masteries, the trick is just roll with it. Re-examine, can your champion be played in a different way than you were planning to? And don't worry about what you had going, and worry about what you have going. I could have tried to go AD, but without the right runes and masteries, I would have been very ineffective. Instead, I worked with what I had and just rolled with the problem that presented itself. This led to a good victory and a very fun game. Remember guys, attitude wins games. Have a positive one.
Set my chips up, set my chips up, set my chips up.